Hello, chess family. It's me, National Master Jesse James, and today we're going to be taking a look at another game with our Accelerated Dragon repertoire. In this one, we're going to be seeing the power of d5 yet once again. This time, a little bit twist on it. All right, here we go. We start off with e4, c5, knight f3, knight c6. Remember, sometimes you might have to deal with the bishop b5 variations of the Rosalimo, but you don't have to deal with the d4, queen takes d4 variations anymore. d4, c takes, knight takes. Pawn to g6, knight c3, bishop g7. I like this variation the best. It develops with a threat. Bishop to e3, knight to f6, pawn to f3. We're not supposed to be doing that in this one. Here, white's trying to do the setup of the Yugoslav attack, which is very good against the dragon, but this is not the dragon. Here, black is going to get that very important tempo here. Here, well, we want to play d5 yet, but remember the rule. Don't play d5 until we have castled. And here, white makes that little mistake, queen to d2. Here, if anything, they got to try something like bishop c4. With that being said, black has this very nice move of queen to b6. This looks like a crazy move here, but believe it or not, this is actually black's best move here. And, well, you're setting up for a lot of good tactical traps here. If white's not paying attention, well, they can lose this game quite fast. In fact, after bishop b3, here we have knight takes on e4. Here we see I have three attackers on the d4 knight. Now, like I said, you do have to be a little bit careful here. One of the most spiciest combinations you can do here is knight to f5. With that being said, this is just winning here for black. Simple chess, queen takes on b2, and you're forking the rook and the knight. This guy over here is being attacked, and yeah, there's really just no good move here for white. If you try take on g7, simple chess, take and check, bishop to d2, queen takes on c4, and yeah, it's never a good idea if your knight is being kettled, right? Especially if you're inside your opponent's territory. So this knight will be dropped, and black is just up, so many pieces. All right, back to the game. Queen to d2 got played. All right, what do we do here? Remember, guys, if you could play this move without losing, equal if not better, what do we play? Hopefully you're screaming it. Pawn to d5 exclam. This point, black is equal if not better. All right. Well, most people here don't know how to react. In this one, they played e takes d5, knight takes d5, knight takes c6, b takes c6. And the last one, they did not do this. They played a different variation, which is almost the exact same. They played knight takes, queen takes, knight takes, queen takes. Notice here, this does not give black this isolated pawn on the c1, right? Black is just doing well here because the pieces are all developed and black's pawn structure is all connected. Okay, so a little bit of a disruption here because, well, here after pawn takes, knight takes, knight takes, we do get this isolated pawn with on the c file. With that being said, well, white is just a generous person and decides just to go ahead and trade. And you'll be surprised how many times this will actually happen. All right, well, they took. We take back with the pawn. What's better than one pawn in the center? That's two pawns. And, well, black has a very good reply to this pawn to c3. All right, black to move. What do you play here? Well, hopefully you heard me earlier when I said what's better than one pawn in the center? It's two. Take a pause here if you haven't yet figured it out. All right. It's pawn to e5, of course. Look at these two beautiful pawns. There's no way that white can even claim that they are doing better in this position. It's already giving this position as a negative 0.1, meaning it says black is already up an extra pawn, even though we haven't won any material here. And, well, white went ahead and played bishop to e2. Maybe the most trying move here you can think about is maybe playing something like bishop to c5 here. But even then, we're doing okay. Rook to e8, bishop to b5, bishop to d7, and everything's just on tempo, and then queen takes. And here, again, black is just looking great here. Everything's defended, and, either way that white moves to, they're going to be having to deal with some harassment. All right, well, back to the game. White just chose the placid bishop to e2. Let's keep developing. Let's keep making threats. Well, here, black to move. Can you find out the best move here? Remember, what do you do when your opponent's king is still in the center? Open the position, right? We need to attack the king. If you let the king castle, well, you're going to lose your opportunities to attack him. So, how do you open up this position? Of course, pawn to d4 exclam gets played, getting a nice tempo off the bishop. C takes d4, terrible move, but I will tell you, to take is a mistake. This is very common for a lot of lower rated players. E takes on d4, rook to d1. Here it looks like white does a good job because, well, they're making a nice pin here because we can't take right away. Because, well, if we do, well, we'll just lose a piece here, right? All right. Hopefully remember our slogan here, develop with a threat. Black to move. What do we play? Simple chess. Here we just play the simple move rook to e8. Is this a free pawn? I sure hope you don't think it is. With basic calculations here, remember you should be trying to calculate at least 2 to 5 moves ahead on a regular basis. You see that this is easily winning here for black. Alright, well, white did not understand. White didn't care. White's going to lose. Here we go. Bishop takes on d4. And, well, what do you do with pinned pieces? Add pressure. Bishop to a6, exclaimed, again developing with a threat. Here there's no good moves anymore. Black is just in a winning position. And, well, white went ahead and tried bishop takes on g7. All right. When you see a good move, look for a better one. What do you play here? A lot of variations here, but here the easiest one is developing with a threat, of course. We got to keep that idea going. Queen to h4 check, attacking the king. And again, just nothing good for here for white. If you move the king anywhere, well, what do I like? Bishop takes e2 check or rook takes e2? I'll stay with it and just go bishop takes e2 check. I love to play by the principles, and, well, checks captures the threats. I will do a check, most likely. Easily winning in that position. Here, white went ahead and played g3. Queen to h3, and there's just no good moves here yet once again. Here we have rook takes e2 check. Queen g2 is a strong idea. King takes on g7. There's just no more good moves here for white. Remember, guys, if you could play d5 without losing material, you're equal if not better. And in this case, definitely better. These are very common ways that people below 1800, even 2000, that don't know the opening can lose the game very, very fast. Well, hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one.